Hello, my name is Daisy.
Hey, my name's Alyssa.
And this is
Terrifying Talks.
Midnight creeps and shadows fall, whispered secrets through the walls. Ghostly figures start to sway. Tune in now, don't be afraid. Terrifying talks tonight. Chill your bones till morning light. Spooky tales to make you jump. Heart beats fast with every thump.
all right, Miss Alyssa.
Miss Daisy.
Hi.
Hi.
What is your favorite scary movie?
Okay, so I put a lot of thought into this since our last episode.
If it's terrible, I'm gonna be so sad.
Well, that's going to be your opinion. But my favorite movie is the first movie I remember watching
Okay.
that actually kind of traumatized me a little bit. Because
Traumatized.
normally they don't affect me like that, right? Like, I'll watch a movie and I'm like, that wouldn't happen. But, so, this movie called Rest Stop. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I think you did show me this
I
one.
think I did show you it. Yeah.
I think you did.
I did. So,
Give us some details. Why do you love it? What is it about?
so it's about this couple going, I don't even remember where they were going, but they stopped at a rest stop. And there was this guy. I don't think we ever saw his face. It's been a while since I've watched it. I wanted to watch it before we did this, but stuff happened, so I didn't watch it. But I remember a lot of it. And this guy drove a yellow truck. And after I watched this movie, anytime I would see a yellow truck out and about, yeah, I would freak out. I'm like, oh my god,
They're
it's the
gonna
Rest
kill
Stop
me.
guy. But he ended up like separating them, and then she finds her boyfriend like tied up. He dies. Spoiler alert. Speaking of spoiler alert, should probably specify in every episode we ever do, if you don't want the movie spoiled for you, you probably should watch whatever movies we're talking about in the episode first, and then come back and listen. Unless you don't care if it's spoiled, then keep listening. So this one was Rest Stop, so go watch it first, come back. Anyway, so all of this is happening at a rest stop. Like, she gets in the bathroom, locked in the bathroom, and then at one point, there's this girl locked in a
Does she
closet.
start like hallucinating in a
Yes.
way, but it's
Well,
like
I
the
don't
actual
think-
ghost?
Yeah, I was gonna say, she thinks she's hallucinating because the girl wasn't in there, and then she finds out that it was the ghost because she's found like that missing person picture.
I do remember this one because the plot twist at the end was kind of crazy because she ended up being the girl in the closet.
Yep. And did I recommend you watch the second one?
I think you did. I don't remember it too much.
I don't remember a lot of it, mainly because the first one is what really pulled me into horror, but
Yeah.
so I remember more of that one than the second one.
What
but
about it that you think was like, yeah, this is it? I love horror.
I think the fact that it scared me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I felt that adrenaline rush.
Oh, so you're adrenaline junkie.
Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah.
Do you think if, well, for one, okay, do other movies get your adrenaline up where you're just like, this is why I keep watching horror movies? Or is there ever just like a stop, do you think, that you watch horror movies because it doesn't give you that rush of like,
I feel like I've become very desensitized. So it's hard to get that feeling anymore.
Yeah.
I still look for it.
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
definitely why I still watch. Is I'm still looking for that feeling, but that's what started it all.
That's crazy. How old were you?
I don't know. I
Yeah.
asked my mom, like, within the past year or so. I looked at her and I was like, Mom, how old were we when we started watching horror?
Yeah.
She looked at us, she was like, as soon as you could watch TV.
So, do you think you're a horror buff? Because I'm assuming your mom's a horror buff as well.
See, that's the thing. I don't know if I would classify her as a horror buff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she definitely would watch horror with us.
Yeah.
But she's not like me where that's all I want to watch.
Okay.
But she had like this list of movies she had, and she would have them categorized by like alphabetized genre, and every weekend she would let us pick a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Always looking at the genres, like,
don't-
okay, horror.
I don't quite remember who I was speaking to about this. I feel like I bring it up a lot, especially when I talk about horror. That's me as a mom. My daughter's much younger. She's only 2, but I remember waking up, literally eating breakfast and watching Pope's Exorcist. And I just feel like it was good bonding time with my kid. And she doesn't really, now that she's older, she could obviously comprehend like what's kind of going on, like especially on TV. I'm not just putting horror movies on for her. We watch like, I don't know, Bluey and shit like that. But when she was like a couple months old or when I was on maternity leave, I would put horror movies on and I would pretend she was such a horror buff and that she enjoyed it as much as I did. Oh, my baby.
That's funny. I know in the last episode you slightly touched on your first horror movie experience.
Yeah, I was 5 years old. Babysitter thought it was like a great idea to show me Child's Play. So that was my first movie. And I think that's when I ultimately fell in love with horror. I don't know what part of the movie where it just kind of clicked in my brain where it's like, this is literally what I like want to watch for the rest of my life. I think it's kind of psychotic for me to want to see. It might be the doll part. I was 5. I'm a girl. I had a bunch of Barbies and stuff like that. But maybe it was the doll part. But that made me more, I don't know, or maybe I'm just psychotic. And I just was like, yeah, killing? Cool, dude. Not like that, but
Just like, this is my cup of
Just
tea.
blood, guts everywhere, explosions. I think it was just very, if you think of Child's Play, I feel like it's very, it was something maybe obviously you shouldn't have watched as being 5 years old, but being able to watch it probably, maybe it's the same thing as you, the adrenaline rush where it's
Mhm.
like, I'm not supposed to be doing this right now. No, but I think in general, ever since I remember that day, I've just was such a horror fiend. I just wanted to watch scary movies,
Mhm.
and I think they're hilarious. I think the Child Play movies now, like being older and rewatching, are really funny. But I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's the first movie that caught my attention, and I was like, yeah, this is something I want to do for literally the rest of my life. I think growing up too, being that young, I like always wanted to be a I can't think of the word, where you like do the dead bodies.
Oh,
What is it called?
Mortician?
Yeah. I like wanted to grow up and be that, or like work at a funeral. It's so bizarre. It's super
I feel
fucking
like you've
bizarre.
told me this before.
I have. I'm pretty sure I
Yeah.
have. And it's really bizarre, truthfully, but I think when you've been, like you said, you're desensitized
Yes.
to so much things because of how many times you're watching it and like all the different things that you're seeing. Like even if it's not real life, there's definitely movies there where it's like that could really happen.
Yeah.
You just kind of grow to feel like, at least for me, I grew up thinking like, yeah, I think I could do this because I'm used to seeing those type of things, but obviously I'm not that. I don't know if I'd still want to, but yeah. But would that be, Rest Stop be your favorite horror film? Because that's what got you into horror. So what
I
would
think
be,
for the fact that it got me into horror,
it is?
it'll always have like a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
I think if I'm going to choose, like, out of everything I've seen, Midsommar.
That one was really good. I seen that one.
That one finally gave me that adrenaline that I was looking for.
Felt like it was more of the WTF. It was first of all, what is even going on? Like, the whole period thing, and like what was it, pubes? The girl's pubes?
Yeah, she had to cut her pubes, put it in the pie, mix her period blood in whatever drink.
It was, okay, sorry. So gross. I literally gagged. Okay, it was so gross.
What got me was, like, how did he not notice that, like, everyone else's cups, the color was all the same, but then his was slightly more red?
I think because men are a little bit dumb. Not all men, obviously, but I just feel like or what was it? He was like,
they were all
having sex and that triangle thing. Remember?
Yeah,
that was crazy.
They drugged him up a lot, though, so I think he
was enjoying it.
Oh yeah, I don't think he was, definitely more influenced, because I don't think he really knew what all was going on. Yeah.
Whatever voodoo witch shit they got going on. Yeah, no. But that is a good movie.
Yeah, that one, I think, that one and Hereditary.
I did not finish Hereditary. Really? And no, I don't know what it was, but there's
just one scene in there that gets me every time. I laughed.
I'm gonna assume it's the beheading part. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm really iffy on very slow burning movies. I think it really just depends on what kind of slow burning they are. I love the action. I love when everything happens so quickly, because it's just kind of like, I rewatch horror movies all the time, and when everything's happening so quickly, I get to rewatch and see all of the different things that I've missed, with everything, with the movies. So I don't know, slow burning movies are just not my thing.
I think it really depends for me, because, like, if it has a good plot line and it's slow burning, I can deal with it.
Yeah, I think that'd be good, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like, Insidious, I feel like, is pretty slow burning.
For the most part. Seen, I think, the first 2 or 3 of them.
I don't like the third one. I like the first 2. I think the first Insidious, I don't know what it is about the woman in the black dress. Mm-hmm. That bitch scares me. Okay. Sometimes, like, when I watch that movie, I cannot look in the mirror because I feel like that girl is staring right back at me. She wants my soul. That's what I feel like. And I just don't. That movie just gives me goosebumps. It, like, creeps me out to my core. And there's, like I said, there's a lot of small things in there. Do you remember the part where the mom's, like, doing laundry? No. She was taking out the trash. Mm-hmm. And the music starts or whatever. And she's, like, outside. So before that, when she's walking outside, the little boy is standing right next to her. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've seen that in the movies. I definitely got to show you.
Yeah, because they weren't my favorite, mm-hmm. so I haven't rewatched them in a really long time.
Yeah.
I also, like, I know you said you'll rewatch movies. I'm not big on rewatching movies.
Really?
Yeah, mainly because, like, I just want to watch the next one. I just want to. I mean, I have my whole list.
See, the thing about it, though, is, like, with us, we were getting, like, so for people who didn't know, before me and Alyssa started the podcast, we would recommend horror movies to each other because it just got to the point where we needed more movies to watch. And I feel like even that, there was a lot of times where you were like, you would send me a movie and I'm like, I already watched that. And it's so, like, for me, I like rewatching solely for the fact that, you know, I've seen a lot of horror movies because I'm a weirdo and that's all I do. And I think I just have more, I don't know. I really enjoy looking at the little things, and especially when it comes to like movies that are like connected to each other in some way, or like even references. I don't know. I just rewatching is, I love it.
I'll rewatch them if I really like them, or like say it's a group setting and we're putting on movies. I love rewatching movies with friends.
Yeah.
But if I'm like alone, I like watching new movies.
Yeah, I wouldn't like say like, you know, because there's definitely times where I'm like, yeah, I need to watch a new horror movie. But when I can't find anything that looks pleasing to me, where it's like, I'm going to like this movie, I'm going to just rewatch something.
See, at that point, I just put on YouTube and I just start watching a whole bunch of ending explain videos on movies that I watched, or like different reviews or people reacting to the movies that I've seen. I love watching those. Yeah. So I guess in that way, I'm kind of rewatching them. I'm obviously not
or
getting
like
the full...
what you missed videos.
Yeah,
I like watching
those.
What You Missed. I love watching those.
I loved What You Missed and Ending Explained.
Yeah.
Like there's this YouTube channel I watch called Found Flicks.
Okay.
And he does Ending Explained videos. I love watching his videos. I'll watch a movie instantly. I'm like, has he done one on this one?
Me. But okay, so first movie, favorite movie.
Yeah, let's talk about your favorite.
My favorite. I think mine is super basic.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm a very basic person. I think out of whatever you would consider original, I guess, I like Scream. I think Scream is my favorite. I really love Scream movies because they have a lot of references for the director Wes. I think that those are really great. I think the movies, I love the cliche stuff. I think I don't know, I love the slasher films type of thing, and I think Scream, I have my ups and downs with them. I feel like I know everything about Scream, like movie-wise and stuff, characters and all that stuff. I think we talked about it last week, where I feel like Ghostface is very overrated, but I feel like the movies are very underrated.
Yes, you did mention that.
But I don't know, they're my favorite.
Have you seen the
I've seen
show?
every single one.
Did you see the show?
I
that
did
they did
see the show.
Okay, between the show and all of the Scream movies, do you have a specific one that's your favorite?
Okay, so the Scream show, I did not like. I believe it was the last few seasons. I liked. I think it's the first 3 with the regular characters that they had and everything.
I think it was 2 seasons of the regular, and then third season was completely different, and which messed me up because I did watch the show, but when I watched it, I didn't realize that it started with the 3rd season. You know how sometimes shows will do that, where it'll have the most current season, and it started me with that. So I was halfway through the first episode of the 3rd season. And then it
catches you. Okay, so then the first 2 seasons I loved. I thought they were really good. I really loved the plot twist. Loved the kills, first of all. It was, it definitely got me on the whole killer stuff, for sure. But After the second season, I just wasn't into it. It wasn't something that I was very
Once they changed
hooked
all the
on.
characters, I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not really into this.
Yeah, I
I
loved.
think, didn't they even change the costume?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they did. But I loved the first seasons. The characters were really good. I think the plot was really good. The plot twist. Between the actual series for Scream, I think the most that I've watched out of all of them would probably be. It's between obviously the first one because it's the first. But the fourth one I thought was not the greatest.
I'm so glad you said that. Because I thought you were about to be like, the fourth one was your favorite.
Let me
I was
see.
about to be like, girl.
See, the second one, I don't know. I love watching all of them. I rewatch all of them. I feel like every single day, to be honest. The first one, like we said, it's the first one. Everybody loves it. It's where it's all started. The second one where they go to college, I had iffies about that. I think, Derek, I think that was his name, the love interest for Sydney, was wonderful. I loved him. And he died. It was so sad. I think Billy Loomis's mom coming back to avenge him was stupid because she left him in the first place. I thought that whole story of it all kind of didn't make sense to me. I felt like if it was maybe his dad, I think that would make more sense in the storyline. But Mrs. Loomis was just not it for me. The third one, I really did enjoy the only person kill, and also confused me a little bit with, bringing in the half brother thing.
Yeah.
I think that if that one maybe, I don't know. I think it was unique for sure. The fourth one, I loved Charlie. I'm going to say that. I did love Charlie. The fifth one, I felt like I've said this last week. I love Mickey Madison. I love that she was in it. She was wonderful. Really good actress. It was good, but I think out of all of them, maybe the newer one. I feel like that sucks to say because the originals definitely do well, but I think the sixth one definitely ties it for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I still need to watch that one.
Yeah, it's not bad. I think bringing back all the mask and trying to figure out. I knew who the killers were automatically.
You're like
we talked about it last week too. I'm pretty sure, but
yes.
But yeah, it's between the sixth one and the first one. Love me some Matthew Lillard. The first one's just the first one. Tatum, you got Dewey before he's all hurt and limping.
I think the first one really does it for me because going into it, they were just making a movie. They didn't know it was going to be this big thing that it came out to be. And they do a lot of, I went on a binging on YouTube of just watching their panels.
Yeah.
And they would talk all the time about how they were just goofing around on set. Oh, what if this becomes some big hit? Just joking around.
Yeah.
And then it does.
It really is, though. I think I love the whole final girl thing. I loved Sydney. I'm really sad that Tatum died. I think that one always gets me. But you can't really beat the first one.
Yeah.
I think besides the first one, like we said, obviously that's a really good one. I would definitely go for the sixth one. I think that one's good. What's your favorite? Now thinking about it and talking about it, right? For the first movie I watched, Child's Play. What's your favorite Child's Play movie?
Now, are we talking Child's Play just 1, 2, 3 or Chucky movies in general?
Let's go Chucky movies in general because I
Okay.
know you did say you love Chucky. You're a big
Yes.
Tiffany and Chucky fan.
So I love Bride of Chucky
Yeah.
for
Multiple reasons.
yes.
Obviously, hot Tiffany.
But I think I really loved Seed of Chucky.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was so funny.
No.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes.
Absolutely not.
Amazing.
No. Oh my
The little-
god.
The little child that they had to come on. We
Shitface.
even talked about
Shitface, his name, they named him
Look.
Shitface.
Look. We even talked about how it was so funny that they wanted to stop killing to be a better parent.
This is true. This is
I
true.
think
But like,
horror aspect,
out of the
like
whole
it wasn't it. But that one tickled my fancy for some reason.
oh my god.
Oh, I really liked Curse of Chucky too.
That's disgusting.
Yes.
This is
I didn't like Cult of Chucky though.
Yeah.
I did not like all of the little Chuckies running around.
Oh god, no. Okay, listen. I'm all for new movies. Like I said, I enjoyed the new Scream. I was not a fan of the show. At first I was.
I was at
I
first.
was.
I was binging a lot of it, but
But
then
going
like
deeper in it, I'm like, what is this?
yeah, no.
It could have been so much better. I love the origin story of Tiffany and Chucky. I love that there were new characters and they were doing that, and but then they just got weird.
Yeah.
And Cult Chucky, I thought that was gross. The Curse of Chucky, I didn't like it as much because now watching all of it, obviously they connect, and going deeply in it, it just, the characters for me aren't doing it. Where's the little girl? Where, you know what I mean? There's just so many questions that are unanswered, and there's a lot of weird things happening, and it just didn't like pinch in my brain where it was like, this is it for me. I definitely thought I didn't like the one where he's older and in the, what was it, military camp thing?
I think that was that the second one?
I think that's the third
Is that
one. Because the second one, he's with the family.
Yes, that's the third one.
Adopted,
yes.
When they adopted him.
Yes.
I liked that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was good. That one was actually pretty good.
Especially because that one was the one where they ended up going to the toy factory at the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and he,
I loved that
looks
one.
like a gross little thing.
Okay, if we're only going from Child's Play 1, 2, 3, the second one.
Yeah, okay. You know what, though? I did like the remake that they made of it.
I didn't watch it. I was so scared to watch it.
I thought it was really good. I think out of the newer ones, like, at all for Chucky, I thought the new one was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I personally really enjoy when they make horror movies more modernized.
I feel that, like the Texas Chainsaw one.
Yes, I did see that new one. It was actually
did too.
So good. At the ending, oh my god, he grabbed her and chopped her head off.
I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen.
I was like, wow, what good happy ending. No, that motherfucker dragged that bitch.
Please tell me you really didn't think it was gonna be a happy ending.
Girl, yeah.
No.
Girl, yeah.
No, I knew. As soon as, especially the fact, why would you put it on freaking, why would you put it? Why would you
self-driving?
On self-driving, you're going slow.
Yeah, that gave me anxiety.
Come on.
That did give me anxiety. I was like, I knew something was going to happen, but in my head, I was like, happy endings.
Nah, I knew. I was like, something's going to happen.
Oh, but the new Chucky. Okay, sorry, off topic. Back on topic. It was very modernized. It had like a lot of like tech stuff, which I think is super. I enjoy that we could have, all of these, classic movies, and they have it modernized for where it's like people could watch it now and think, wow, that could actually happen in real life. You know what I mean?
Like all the AI stuff?
AI or, technology going wrong. I guess like AI, I feel like all of that is just gone wrong technology, especially nowadays, and how more advanced everything's going to be. So I actually like that one.
Maybe I'll give it a chance.
Definitely, please do. Please do.
Maybe we should start doing our recommendations again.
We should.
Yeah.
I recommend you to watch the Child Play. Let's see. You know what's a good one though that other than Scream, another movie that I really enjoyed. I am deep-heartedly in love with Jeepers Creepers.
I love Jeepers Creepers.
Only the first two.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah,
Obviously,
the
if
rest
you would
are
say
so
you liked
terrible.
the third and Reborn, I think our friendship might have had to end.
That I would put me in a mental institution if I
Please.
ever said that. Those movies were disgusting, but the first two, literally
Amazing.
masterpiece. What else was in that masterpiece? That I love the movie House of Wax. Oh my god, I feel like I could go on with these movies, but they're so classic and I love them, and I'm so sad that they don't make, like I said, I love modernized things. I'm so sad they don't make remakes of these things.
They make remakes of like all the other movies, but then the ones I want to see.
Halloween.
Oh my god.
You know,
Did you see? I don't know if it's true or not. I think I told you that they're talking about 2 new movies.
Okay, listen. I love, Michael Myers. I love him. Great. But
Let it end.
maybe I want to see some Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
When was the last time we did that, huh?
I believe the last one you said.
2013.
Yep, last episode.
Pretty sure.
Yep.
Pretty sure. And maybe another Freddy Krueger. I think
There
we could
is
do...
talk. But there's also talk of Friday the 13th show, but there is talk of a Nightmare on Elm Street show, I believe.
I don't like the show stuff. I thought...
I like the idea of shows because I want more out of them. Like, you could do a lot more in a show than you can in like a 2-hour movie.
I feel like when it's... Okay, Scream, they have a show. Chucky has a show. I feel like it's easy for those things because they're slashers. I feel like they're not literal, like, don't even know what kind of voodoo shit Jason Voorhees is, but Freddy Krueger is like a nightmare demon thingy mabobber.
Thingy mabobber.
And Jason Voorhees, and first of all, Michael Myers, he's supposed to be a slasher, and that man is probably older than my friggin', I don't even know. He's just supposed to be old and dead, okay?
Well, what gets me is because they're talking, supposedly, I don't know if it's true or not, but there's supposedly one I looked into is supposed to be some fan-made film.
Okay.
And then there's another one that I think it said like Halloween New Chapter. And I'm wondering if, because at the end of Halloween Ends, was it Halloween Ends? That was the last one, right? Halloween
Wasn't he
Ends?
like on fire?
But she still had the mask.
Jamie Lee Curtis is gonna put that mask on, and she's gonna be absolutely not.
I don't know if she's gonna put the mask on,
But
something's
will.
gonna tie into
Well,
it
to
being
be
like
fair,
spiritual.
someone did
with the
try to
mask.
like
Yeah.
impersonate him. So I wouldn't.
I think that's where they're going with it, is that the evil is in the mask and not in the person.
I think that's so dumb.
Right?
I thought that's a dumb idea.
I hated that.
I think
Please just let Halloween end.
literally
Yeah.
end. Stop.
That's why it was called Halloween Ends, so it can end. If they want to do more with Halloween, they could go how they wanted to with the third movie, where they did a completely different thing. Because originally, that's
they
what
did
they
a
wanted
Rob
to
Zombie
do.
one.
Well, but like, I heard supposedly Rob Zombie's doing more stuff.
Good.
I don't remember what it was.
Enjoy his movies.
Yes.
I do. I don't know. I feel like we need more Jason Voorhees. I feel like there's not enough movies for him. I feel like super underrated. I think Scream, we've talked about that. I love the slasher. I can't get over it. I think they really needed a stop at the 6. I'm excited. Don't get me wrong. I am excited, with Stumacher coming back and Sydney coming back. But I think the back and forth of bringing Sydney in and out and continuing these movies, I think it's just getting too overplayed now. And I think, like I said, we just need more Jason Voorhees, some more Freddy Krueger, a really good Jeepers Creepers.
One that's actually good.
Yes, please. Nothing got me going. I was just talking to Jeepers Creepers. I was just talking about Jeepers Creepers. We're driving and we're passing all these fields and we're talking about like we can't wait to see like the corn grow and stuff. And I was like, I wonder, where you think about crops and stuff, you would see more scarecrows. I'm like, why ain't no Jeepers Creepers looking ass people out there? You know what I mean? Like, why is that a thing? Is that a real thing? Like scarecrows are a real thing, like with crops? Because I feel like we live in literal Indiana and I don't ever see a scarecrow.
I don't ever see scarecrows.
That's what I'm saying. So
yeah.
Is that like a real thing that people do?
Are they
on
not
farms?
afraid of the crows coming and eating their...
Is that... Now I'm double...
Is that just for like video games? Because in Stardew Valley, do you know how many times I have to make scarecrows to make sure them dang birds don't eat my crops?
I'm contemplating my life right now. Are scarecrows real? Is this a real thing that people do? I'm being so serious.
If someone is a farmer that listens, please let us know if you use scarecrows.
Or what do you do to keep, animals away? Oh, they probably do have Jeepers Creepers, and then he just comes out at night, eats the animals instead of people.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
Jeepers Creepers, I love him in the second one. Okay. In the first one, right? And he's at the old lady's house with all the cats.
Yes.
And he smiles. Man, I don't know about you, but Jeepers Creepers get my blood blowing. I love him. He's so funny. Warren thinks I'm so psychotic. Warren is my husband, sorry. But he thinks I'm crazy because we'll watch, all these really good movies and I'm like, you gotta watch this, and I love it, it's my favorite, please. And we'll watch it and I'm like, oh my god, this is my favorite part. And he'll be like, that is the ugliest smile I've ever seen. I was like, leave my baby boy alone. I said, that's the cutest smile I've ever seen on a horror person. I said, leave Jeepers Creepers alone. He probably got better teeth than anybody I know. I'm like, that, I love when he smiled. It was my favorite part. I'm gonna be honest, it's my favorite part because he carried that old lady up. Okay, her feet ain't even touching the ground. Yanked that bitch away and smiled.
That's
and he's
hilarious.
like, I'm gonna get you guys, and y'all gotta go away.
No, the creepiest part was how he would constantly be smelling, just yeah, that's the one I want.
I mean, if they smell good, they smell good. I thought it was so funny when he ate the fucking cop's tongue out of his head. I thought that was so funny. But I just felt like when he was digging that tongue out.
I don't even want to
his
think
tongue
about
out.
it.
He was making out with that decapitated head, and the tongue looked like just a gummy worm. Don't make that face.
Have I ever told you about this thing I have with spit, how I can't handle
Oh
it?
no. Oh.
I hate spit. So the thought of a tongue, I want to throw up.
I'm sorry.
You're okay.
Wow.
I could watch
love
blood,
Super Sugar.
gore, guts, anything, but you show me some spit, you show me some throw up, my stomach is queasy.
Girl, I love Jeepers Creepers. It was great. I love it. It's my favorite. What else did we talk about? House of Wax.
Yes.
That was also a really good movie.
You know what movie I think might be one of my favorites? Not the first one, but I can't remember if it was the second or the third, but the Hostel movies. I did not like the first one, though.
I don't remember those movies.
I love them.
Really?
Yeah. Because there was one scene, because, again, I watched horror all the time as a kid. We'd either be watching them with our mom or we would go hang out with our uncle,
Yeah.
who also knew we liked horror, so he would put on horror movies for us as well. And one of them was Hostel, and I don't remember which one. It was either the second or the third one, because I know it wasn't the first one, because I'd rewatched the first one and I was like, I don't like this one. But there was... Do you know the premise of Hostel?
I don't even remember if I even watched Hostel.
You need to watch it and let me know
I
what
would
you
have
think.
to look it up. Maybe refresh my brain
Okay.
because I know a lot of times.
So for the first one,
Yeah.
Granted, it's technically for all of them. These people, I don't know if they're always Americans, but they go to a different country
Okay.
and they get invited to a hostel, and then they essentially get picked by whoever is like running it.
Mhm.
Like they're secretly being picked.
Okay.
And it's kind of like human trafficking, where the highest bidder gets that person, and they'll like kidnap them, lock them away in a room, and they could do whatever they want to them.
That's kind of gross.
Most of the
I love
time it's
it.
killing them.
Yeah.
So
Like black market stuff?
yes.
That's
yes.
great. Is that the one in the hotel?
I believe the first one, they had gotten a hotel and they got taken away to wherever the hostel place was that they...
Okay, then I think I know what you're talking
Okay.
about, but I'm not.
Yeah, I did not like the first one though.
100%
Just
sure.
mainly because like I'm not into a whole bunch of like sex and nudity in movies when it comes to horror.
Really?
I love the blood, gore, everything. I don't want to see some guy's dingling out. I don't want to see all
Okay,
that.
I get that, but like you telling me you don't want to get flashed a little?
Not a little bit.
Really? I
Yeah.
love.
I know. I
Listen,
know.
I love it. I got so excited. First of all, I was so upset that I never got to see Megan Fox's tits on Jennifer's body. Just pointing that out. I love a good flash. I think if it was men, I'm not quite sure. I think those kills are more funny when it comes to men.
They're funny, but I don't want to see it.
I get that. I don't think it's very... I feel like it's different because women, I feel like, have more beautiful bodies than I would say for a man.
I also feel weird when I'm hearing like all the moaning during the sex scenes, and I'm over here like, can we just?
I'm
get to
not
the
like
kills?
deeply getting into the sex scenes. I'm just talking about a good little flash.
I'd be feeling weird. It could just be
Really?
the fact that I don't like physical touch
Yeah.
a lot of the time unless I'm like deeply connected to someone. So it just makes me feel weird.
Yeah, no, I'm not like rewatching sex scenes or anything. And it's not like eye-catching or anything, but I'm definitely there for a good flash. I'm in it.
Yeah, that's mainly why I didn't like the first one. It was just too much.
You know, yeah.
Yeah. But I can't remember if it was the second or the third one. There was this one scene. She might have been naked, but the way they did it, she also could have been wearing something. I don't remember. All I remember was her being in a bathtub, having someone hanging above her, and she has a sword, slits their throat,
Hot.
and just blood dripping onto her in the bathtub.
And you don't like that?
That one was cool.
Okay.
But I don't remember if she was naked or not. I just remember the kill.
Okay. Definitely gotta watch.
Oh, yeah.
Love a good naked slashing throat scene, I guess.
That one was good.
Yeah.
The first one, I don't know. Mainly because it was just like frat boys. And yeah. Just them trying to get their dinglings wet.
Gross. What else? What? Ooh, I know we both seen this one. I feel like obviously the graphics of it wasn't its best. I think the movie in general did used to scare me when it came out, and I think it has a lot of potential. What is it? I had the movie. We watched it. What is it? I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up on my phone. Give me a second. It's the video game one.
Stay alive.
Stay alive.
That's all you had to do. That's all you had to do was just describe it to me.
I
I love that movie.
loved that one.
I love that movie.
Love that one. That one was really good. I think it has so much potential. I think the graphics are terrible.
Yeah, but in its time, it was
Oh
good.
yeah, for sure. I
And the
remember
premise of it still
it's
aged
really
well.
good. I have the movie. I watch it a lot. I really enjoyed the whole like witch thing, and she came back to life.
Yes.
And I remember I remember having the original PlayStation. I remember plugging that hoe in, and you were able, if you had the DVD, you were able to actually play the game. And I remember being so scared for my life because I died immediately, and I unplugged my TV for 3 days.
You're like, I'm not dying.
Yeah, no, I told myself, I said, Daisy, I remember telling myself, I was like, Daisy, if you die, you're going to die in real life. And you have to prepare yourself mentally for this. And so I kept telling myself over and over again, don't die, don't die, don't die. And it does you know how like in the movie, it does the whole buzzing on the control when you're about to die and stuff? Or
does it do that?
It did do that. And it scared me. And let me tell you, I died immediately. I was so dead. And
Wait, how old were you?
Oh, I was young. I was so young. I don't remember, but I definitely remember being, you know, around maybe 10 years old. Maybe.
That's traumatizing.
So traumatizing. I didn't even let it get to the words yet. I just saw myself die, and I unplugged the TV.
You're like, if you don't say I'm dead, I'm not dead.
Yeah, I'm not dead. And then I waited. I did not plug in my TV for like 3 days. I remember my mom plugged in my TV, and she was like, why don't you use the PlayStation? And I'm like, Mom, I died. What are you talking about? You're trying to kill me. Why are you doing this? She never understood, because it's like, I'm like, Mom, I literally died in the game, so I'm literally gonna die. And she's like, Daisy, shut
Do you
up.
not know how the movie works?
She's like, you need to stop watching scary movies, Daisy. I'm like, no, never. But yeah, that movie definitely traumatized me. That was
a good one.
I loved the whole thing that they did with like being able to play the game in real life. I thought that was so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I would still never play that in my freaking life ever again, because I swear, with my luck, I'd probably actually die. Because, you know, the way you die in the game is the way you die in real life. And I think I'm scared of the whole legend thing. I hate movies where they're like based on real life or whatever the case is, or like legendary stories and stuff like that. Like, hate them. I hate those type of movies, because I'm like, but like, is this for real? Is this just a movie? Like, I don't like watching the Bloody Mary ones.
The way I see it, when they say like based on true stories, based on true events, they take the smallest portion of that true event
and make it so big.
Yes.
But I get that, but okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I like to like read about, you know, what type of stuff scary movies can be true events on. I read a story, don't know if it's true or not, that Nightmare on Elm Street was based off this kid.
I heard that.
Yeah, it was based off this kid who died in his sleep horrifically, and he kept telling his parents, like, if I go to sleep, I'm gonna die, and they didn't believe him, and I believe the whole thing was they gave him sleeping pills, and he ended up really dying in his sleep. And I think that is scary. And that's not, you know, when you think of Nightmare on Elm Street, you obviously don't believe that when you go to sleep, these things are going to happen and you're going to die a crazy way or whatever the case is, you know what I mean? So seeing stuff like that, even for movies that I truly know for a fact, like in my brain, that could not happen, legendary stuff or anything based on true events or true stories, I'm like, absolutely not. That, with my luck, I feel like that will happen to me. I will play that video game and I will die. I'm so serious. I wonder if they still have that out. I'm so serious.
You'll never play it, but
I just, now I'm gonna go home and research how many people died playing that game.
You find one person, you're like, see,
I'm gonna screenshot it. I'm gonna post it up. I'm gonna put it on the.
You're gonna put it on the page.
I'm gonna put it on the page, because tell me I was right. What else is a good one? What about the worst horror movies we've ever seen?
Bro, I got one for you.
Okay.
And I said I wouldn't make you watch it because you said you don't like bad acting. And this one had really bad acting. The worst one I ever saw. Honestly, I still kind of liked it. But it's called The Deep Web Murder Show.
Not doing that.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Its plot line,
Okay.
it was okay. The acting in it, terrible. So bad. Like, to the point where someone was crying, and I'm over here like, that's the fakest looking crying I've ever seen.
What? Okay, so we talked about Jeepers Creepers. I thought the newer Jeepers Creepers movies were so bad.
Oh, no, they're awful.
The worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
I think the third one, actually, no, Reborn, I think, was even worse than the third one. It had such bad graphics, CGI, whatever they were using.
The Winnie the Pooh one.
I loved but hated it.
I thought that was so dumb.
Did you watch the second one?
No.
I did. I think graphics-wise, it was better, kind of. Still stupid plotline, but...
Yeah, no, I wasn't very fond of that one.
There was, what was it? Mousetrap? The Mickey
Mouse one. Yeah, I know there's also
They're
the
coming out with-
Grinch.
Oh my
They
god,
have
I saw the Grinch one. Yeah, I
Is
saw
that one
The
good?
mean one.
Yeah.
It was
It looks
comical.
like, I feel like those movies would just have a lot of
I liked
boobs in them, which I'm down
I don't
for,
think
but
at least not the mean one. I don't think they did. They might have, but I probably blocked that out because I'm like, I don't want to see that.
you know what was a really bad one now thinking about it? Like, I feel like it was good in its time, but now rewatching them, The Boogeyman. I thought
like the
movies, The
The-
Boogeyman.
Boogeyman 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I remember watching those as
I remember,
a kid.
yeah, and I thought they were definitely scary, but now being older,
Yeah, I definitely have to rewatch it to see if
it's really bad. It's really bad. Okay, I'm done talking about bad movies.
hilarious. Okay,
I-
do you want to talk about why we started the podcast now?
Yeah. Do you
Cool.
wanna?
Yeah.
Do you wanna start?
It was the funniest thing. Daisy messages me. I think, were we at work at the time or was it after work?
It was after work. I remember
Okay.
being home. I was eating dinner.
She messaged me and she was like, you know what I just thought about? And I'm like, what? She's like, why don't we have a horror blog? And I'm over here like, I don't know how to run a blog. Do you know how to run a blog?
My sister has a blog.
Really?
Yeah, she's such an amazing writer. I love her.
But I then pull another one out. I'm like, what about a podcast?
Yeah, it happened so fast too.
It really did. This was literally just
2 weeks ago.
yeah, 2 weeks to like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We
this is true.
had this planned out.
Yeah, and I think it's out, and you know, whether it goes big or not, I really enjoy just, you know, there's two very horror buff people,
Mhm.
and we, for people who know us personally, love to talk and nonstop talk.
Literally right before us recording this,
An
was
hour,
an
just
hour
talking.
of just talking before the episode.
Yeah, eating spaghetti.
Yeah.
Shout out to Alyssa's sister. I told her that I would take this spaghetti, slap it on my hoe, and eat it off. Eat it off of him. The spaghetti slap. I take that. I take that shit, slap it on my hoe, and eat it off of it. Anyways, very good spaghetti, very good dinner that I had. Shout out to her. But yeah, it was. It
all
happened
happened
really
so
fast. I enjoy it. I enjoy having our times together.
Yes. Me too.
And it's not constant like paragraphs of fucking movies and all of that. I think that's also super great.
I like it too because like I felt like we were kind of running out of time to suggest movies to each other to
Yeah.
watch. 'Cause we were doing it daily.
Very, very,
It
like,
was every single day. We were like, okay, what movie are we watching now? And then
it kind of slowly burned out.
yes,
We work together. So with work and how busier it's gotten, I'm a mom, and that's a lot sometimes. I have a crazy 2-year-old, and I also I go to school. So
I just have a lot of burnout.
me. But I feel like there's not enough time in the day to talk to my lovely Alyssa every day about all the horror movies. We text every day.
We do.
We do.
Almost every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel like it's been every day. I feel like I'm a terrible texter.
I love texting. I love texting, but I can also be a terrible texter.
I feel so bad sometimes because I'm like, oh, she probably hates me because I haven't responded in like a day.
No, that was like, okay, so we were supposed to record this last Friday,
Mm-hmm.
but I was so tired. She
Girl,
was so tired. I was going to, because I have an issue when it comes to plans. I love canceling plans. So I have been, especially with this podcast, trying not to do that. I've been trying to be really good about, okay, we're going to do this. I'll push through. I may be tired, but let's do this. But then she messages me and she's like, hey, I'm really tired.
I'd be tired all
And
the time.
I was over here like, girl, we can do it another day if you want to. It's A-okay. And she's like, you're not going to be mad at me? And I was like, girl, I was literally just
imitating me.
I was like, girl, I was literally just thinking about messaging you and being like, I'm so tired.
But yeah, we, love horror. I think it's one of our biggest things we have in common.
Yes.
We obviously have two different opinions, and I think both obviously matters.
Yes. And that's the thing. We don't hate each other for our opinions.
No. And I feel like, there's so much horror out there, and I love talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And no one understands it a lot like we do.
Yes.
And it's good to be able to talk about it, whether love the people. First of all, love you guys who've been listening, and
yes, thank you for listening.
I know everybody I know right now is currently waiting for this episode, so I love them for it. Shout out to you guys. But I think it's really good just to be able to put it on a platform for maybe somebody to hear who feels the same way, or I know we've gotten a couple of comments, and which I enjoy, and I can't wait to see where it goes.
Yes.
And to hear everybody else's opinions on stuff. I love to hear it. I love seeing somebody else's point of view on a movie I've watched, especially like when we watch the same movies.
Yes.
And you've seen things that I haven't seen.
I love bouncing ideas off of each other of like, well, what do you think this meant? Why do you think this happened?
Yeah, and it makes it more I feel like more connected to the movie.
Yes.
Because I got it when Billy Loomis was kind of pissed off that his mom and dad got a divorce.
I mean, I wouldn't say I kind of understand, but I could see it.
I mean, his mama just wanted to, or Cindy's mama just wanted to be a whore, and his daddy was a whore. To be fair, though, he was kind of the whore himself, because he obviously was seeing somebody while he was seeing Sydney,
and
the whole
wasn't
kid
the
thing.
whole reason he was seeing Sydney was to get back?
Pretty sure.
Like, just to have his revenge? But
it's been over a year that he was trying to do this. That's the thing, because he talked about how they were together. For basically, they were together, and then what did he say? That they got hot and heavy, and then it stopped because her mom died. So they were together before his mom
Do you
was
think he
killed.
knew beforehand, though?
Well, yeah, because the whole thing was that was the whole
yeah. So then maybe he got with her because he knew.
solely for that fact.
Yeah.
Well, he's dead. We can't ask him.
Unfortunately.
But in the
Could ask
general
his ghost.
sense, that's true. He does come back. I don't know. I feel like when you first see the movie and stuff, obviously, you would think he had some sort of love towards Sydney. But anyways,
He's also psychotic, so.
yeah, that's true. Not as psychotic as Stu Macher. That man.
He was just a simp for
My
Billy.
mom and dad will be so mad at me.
Did you know that when he got hit with the phone, he wasn't supposed to get hit?
That is so funny. He's such a great actor.
I love him.
I love
I love
Matthew
him.
Lillard. He is so great. He is so funny. Or I know he did some references. Me and my references, you know me. In Five Nights at Freddy,
Yes.
the knife.
Yes. He did
Loved
the
it.
knife, and then when he put the head back on, he's like, "I'll always be back."
Yeah, so crazy. I knew once he said that. I knew he was gonna come back to Scream. Let's be real. He was supposed to be back.
Didn't they say he was going to be back in the 6th one? Because
No,
Billy came back in the 5th.
So originally, from the story that I knew, he was supposed to be back in the 3rd one.
Oh.
But I believe that was around, I don't know, something. I think it was a shooting that happened, and they thought it was not going to be good for their views and stuff, and they wanted to be more, sensitive for that type of stuff and everything. So they didn't go the way they needed it or wanted it to go or whatever. But that's when Stu Macher was supposed to be back. But I'm hoping that the 7th one is going to be the last one. And I think bringing back Stu Macher is definitely going to tie its knots and have a good tied shoelace or whatever, And I don't know. I think it'd be good to end it there.
I feel that. Because I love when horror movies and their franchises have a lot of movies, but there's also to a point where
It
it just needs to end.
For sure. Yeah, I don't think we don't need another Halloween situation.
We really don't.
But
I think, I don't know if you would agree, that this may be a good stopping point.
yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I know this is probably all scrambled and everything. We wanted to be able to talk about this episode on what were our favorite scary movies, what started it. I know we went a lot back and forth on.
We did. That's just kind of how our brains work.
Yeah, very unstructured for this episode. I promise you we have so many more episodes coming.
We have so many ideas already.
Yes, and we're so excited to share it with you guys. But let us know, what's your favorite scary movie?
Yes.
What started you into horror? What movie do you love? What movie do you hate?
What movies would you recommend?
Yes, we would love the recommendations.
Make sure to go follow and like our Facebook page.
Yep.
At Terrifying Talks Podcast.
Yes, you got it right this time.
We also have a YouTube channel. If you want to support us there too, give a subscribe over there.
Yes, please do. And I think it's more easier to comment over there than it is on Spotify. So
yes.
I would love to hear everybody's opinions.
Me as well.
So this is where it ends?
This is where it ends.
Alrighty, well, I'm Daisy.
And I'm Alyssa.
And this is
Terrifying Talks.
Alyssa, I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, just making sure.
I'm gonna leave that in there.
Oh, are you?
Yes.
Aw. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Ghostly figures start to sway. Tune in now, don't be afraid. Terrifying talks tonight. Chill your bones till morning light. Spooky tales to make you jump. Heart beats fast with every thump. Haunted houses whisper doom. Voices calling from the gloom. Monsters hiding deep within. Let the shivers now begin. Terrifying talks tonight. Chill your bones till morning light. Spooky tales to make you jump. Heart beats fast with every thump. Underneath your bed they crawl. Scratching noises, hear them all. Ghouls and goblins hear their plea. Listening in, you'll never flee.